Good day and welcome to the Sport Rap Show. Once again, I'm your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, and we'll be updating you on the latest sports news. And now for your latest on the hit list. Namibia's Brave Warriors and Equatorial Guinea played to a 1-1 draw yesterday in a 2026 World Cup CAF Group H qualifying match at the Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane, South Africa. The result ensures that Namibia remains in pursuit of their World Cup qualifying dream, even though they took just 1 point from yesterday's match. Dion Hoto delivered the set piece, which was well met by talismanic skipper Peter Shalulile, who slotted home from close range to break the deadlock 51 minutes into the match. The strike from Namibia's all-time leading scorer forced Equatorial Guinea to come out of their shell in search of an equalizer. The Guineans started putting more passes together, which put pressure on Namibia's defense, forcing Jocelyn Kamatuka to commit a foul that proved costly for Namibia. Sal Costa pounced on Edward Malva's attempted save from a free kick to level the scores just 3 minutes after Namibia had scored the opener. Let us now hear from both coaches after the match.
Once again, good evening, good afternoon. I'm joined by Coach Colin Benjamin. Coach, just a brief summary of how you saw the match.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I think we started the match very well. We came into the match, we controlled the match in a sense that Equatorial Guinea is a team that has good individual players. They play from the back. They're looking to get solutions. We could press them up high and not get them to come out controlled. And with that said, I think we could keep the ball, we could rotate the ball, created good chances. I think in the first half we had 2 chances. Peter, Jocelyn and Prince went into that half lead. We're basically emotionally in a good space, and after the half also we created that chance. Good set pieces coming in from Dion. So in the 50th minute, I think we went into the lead, well deserved, and that's actually also what you then are afraid of, because in the 3 minutes later we get those set pieces where it's a little bit of a disorganization, and they score that goal. But after that, even I think we still control. We're still the better team, and if you look at it, we take this draw, but deep down there, I think we could have had those 3 points. But in the end, it's football. Also, really a good team, and for us to have measured ourselves with them and for to come out a better team, that gives us hope to go forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Coach. Colleagues, I'll allow you now to ask questions, but it would be better if you introduce yourselves. I know earlier there was no opportunity because we are rushing. I think it's better now. Coach is not rushing anymore. Thank you.
Coach Matselane Mamabolo from the Independent Newspaper Group. This whole business of you not playing at home in front of your home crowd, how much of, how does it hamstring you guys in terms of your opportunities to do well in these qualifiers?
With a lot of respect, I think the topic is kind of redundant. This is what we have. This is the situation that we have, and we're trying to make the best out of it. If you look how we play today, we control the match. Our transitions, when we lose the ball, we're there in numbers, attacking the second balls and getting it and creating the chances. The team is alive and the team is motivated, and I think it was really one of the better or the best matches that we had in a long while, and I appreciate it, and I just congratulate my team for that. Really proud of them, and just hope they all stay injury free, and so that we can come back in the next round and fight to get more points.
Coach, times. Coach, I just want to ask you about your captain. Obviously today he broke his drought of scoring. If I'm mistaken, the last time he scored was about in 2023. if I'm not mistaken, English. But what does it mean for him, to be able to get back on the score sheet for his country, and generally for the confidence of carrying the team in the qualifiers?
The value that Peter Shalulile brings to the team, I'm going to amplify it again. Absolute professional, absolute patriotic, a leader on and off the field. He's the first one that carries back into a bus or off the airport, and all of these things off the field that he does. It's par excellence. But then on scoring, because he's got the quality, he's really a good player. And I mean, you in South Africa can attest to that. The last game we played against Malawi, it was a assist from him. So the value is much more than just for him to score goals. Peter Shalulile on the field, the opponent has it there. We have to be careful, and that's already a plus that a Prince, a Jocelyn, and whoever is in those positions can then play off it. So Peter Shalulile is Namibian and he's proud to be it, and we're very happy to have him. And we wish him all the best, and hopefully that record here in South Africa is not going to stay too long.
Okay. You go first.
Oh yeah, so good afternoon, coach. Yeah. Actually, I wanted to just to talk about the record. Obviously, it's a big deal in South Africa. Is it something that, because my name is Opani from Cape Coast of South. Is it something that in the camp he thinks about, or you have a conversation about, and what do you think about that as well?
I think what I think about that is the same view that every Namibian, I think we're at 3 million now, at 3 million Namibians are thinking and waiting. They pray for him, all of them. And obviously we all know just a matter of time, and also the space that he's in there. I think we wish him the best, and we know that he knows that we are proud of him. Not only him, it's the whole team. It's really a bunch of good players, and I think you can really attest that because of good came from a good, motivated, aggressive Namibian team.
Just his whole, what he's done for Namibian football, what he's about to do here in South Africa. I mean, over the years, we've had some top Namibians come here, your OSEPs, your NOSEPs. But what Peter is achieving here, what does it do for Namibian football in general? Are you seeing youngsters growing, wanting to be like him?
Yeah, thank you for the question. With a lot of respect, I'm bringing it back to you and South Africa in a while, as a whole, where I'm saying we brought Peter here and all others, they're doing really good. Maybe it's for you to say, let me go back and go get a cheaper one, because they are there. And I think if you see the kind of matches that these brave boys are displaying, it's testimony that we do have talent. We have hungry to play.
Thank you very much for joining us at this FIFA World Cup qualifier match between Namibia and Equatorial Guinea. Here I'm joined by coach, Equatorial Guinea coach João Micho Obiang Ikowo. Coach, will you please give us a brief summary of how you saw the match?
Primero de todo, ¿cómo has visto el partido?
Bueno, en principio yo creo que nosotros hemos hecho un buen partido. El partido ha estado bien para las dos selecciones, han competido a máximo nivel, y en líneas generales se ha podido disputar el partido entre los dos equipos.
At the end, we play a good match. Both of the national team, we make a good game, a tough game, and I think everybody enjoy the match.
Thank you very much, coach. Colleagues, due to their trip back home, I'm going to only allow 3 questions. They requested that we very brief. They go to the airport after this. Anyone who wants to ask questions?
Yeah. Emilio Nsue, you have a case with FIFA. You had points taken away from you because they said he's not eligible. Now he's eligible. What's the latest with that?
La situación de Milton con el caso, básicamente que nos quitaron los 6 puntos, ahora los han devuelto. ¿Cuál es la situación?
Shotokan Karate Academy JSK Namibia hosted the 11th Swakop Open Championship last Friday and Saturday at the MTC Dome in Swakopmund for all styles of karate in Namibia. The international team of JSK South Africa were hosted at the International Annual Combat Championship, which is held in 2 disciplines. The Shotokan Karate Traditional Tournament forms the first part, regulated under the official JSK rules, and on the following day, the Swakop Open Championship is contested, regulated under the official VKF rules. This initiative is to give all Namibian karateka much-needed competition time on the floor, and in addition, this event was also an excellent opportunity for all our traditional athletes to have trials for the GSK Namibia team to travel to Japan in November 2025 for the GSK World Championship. In the traditional disciplines, 89 participants in categories from kiddies, the youngest being 5 years old, to senior members participated in the event. Now on to some sad news. Significant damage has been left behind in Windhoek's Independence Stadium in the wake of the Republic of Namibia's intended independence celebration. The inauguration of President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, while politicians are still congratulating each other on the string of newly announced appointments at ministerial level, the administrators and coaches of track and field athletes were once again left stunned by the disregard for property of national interest left damaged in the NDF's preparation for the last weekend's big event, which was ironically moved to Parliament due to the weather forecast of heavy rain. For instance, the metal cage that protects spectators and the public from mishaps during the discus throw was broken loose from its permanent structure and left in the ditch that separates the track from the pavilion. Namibia Chess Federation's Zone A team representing the Kavango East West regions recently encountered logistical challenges ahead of their first appearance at National Chess Tournament. Despite the obstacles, the team established in 2003 managed to compete at the Windhoek National Junior Open Chess Championships held in Windhoek Gymnasium earlier this month, featuring a turnout of 430 junior athletes. The championships saw Zone 8 playing under the Rundu Chess Community Field 6 debutants. They were Jacob Siwoko, under 20 Open, Rene Garesep, under 18 girls section, Emma Lucien, under 18 girls sections, Elias Manuel, under 16 Open, Andreas Kamea, under 16 Open, and George Hamupembe, under 16. The debut team was accompanied by Rundu Chess Community President Petrus Kawende and head coach Shalomana Elias. Let us now go for a short break before we bring you more news on the Sport Rep Show. In this week's Golden Oldies, we have the legend himself, Lolo Gorasep. And after that, Ario Hart will update us on the latest international news. From me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, it is goodbye.
Welcome to the show, Lolo Gorasep.
one of the players that played with the class of 98. Well, before that you actually played, but I mean, always remembered for the class of 98. A very, very solid team from front to back, and you were obviously one of the orchestrators of things in the middle of the park. Lolito, it has been quite a number of years since you hung up your boots, but what would you say are one of the most memorable moments of your period of playing football?
Thank you, Jesse. I would take back our first match against Bafana, South Africa, at the Independence Stadium as one of the highlights of my football career, because I believe that day we liberated Namibia on a sporting field by beating South Africa.
Well, going into that day as a player, how nervous were you?
Amazing emotions. And of course, you know, they were the champions of Africa. So facing the mighty Bafana, there were mixed emotions, and we were not nervous, but we were very confident. And we delivered that day, and it was a packed house with our founding father, Dr. Sam Nyoma, Dr. Hifikepunye Pohamba, Dr. Hake Geingob, all three presidents of Namibia. They were present, and the whole cabinet, parliament, the whole nation. So that day, it's a historic day in the history of Namibian football, and I'm just humbled and proud that I was part and being able to play for my country and win that match.
Okay, Lolito, going back into those years, who would you say was a player you looked up to at that time, during that time?
In the team or before as an icon?
In a team as well, and as an icon.
My icon was Lucky Basuga Richter. He recently passed away. May his soul rest in peace. He was my icon because his self-confidence, his skill and his aura really inspired me to also motivate me to play like him. But in the team, you know, you have a lot of characters, a lot of different players with different skills and technical abilities. And I would like to dedicate the whole team of players that I played with, because each and everyone brought a different dimension to our team. So I think it was a solid brotherhood and a camaraderie that we had.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, who were your tough opponents or players that you have actually played against during that time?
Yeah, when I started playing in the top league in Namibia, the opponent that I was the toughest for me was Salatiel Injao. We called him Stimela. It was, I think, the most formidable, aggressive defender of my time when I started playing. So, but I had my duels with him, and I could rise and compete with Stimela and Injao. I think that's a proud memory also.
Yes. Looking at goals, is there any goal that you definitely still remember that you probably scored in your career that still stands up there? And against what was it?
It would be the hat-trick, the 3 goals I scored against Benin at Independence Stadium in 1999. We were behind with 2 goals in the first leg, and we came back to beat Benin 8-2. It was also the highest score that Brave Warriors in Namibia ever scored, and I scored the 3 goals in the first half, the quickest hat-trick. There are only 2 guys who scored hat-tricks, Rasndara Chikuthu and then Lolo Gorasev. It's a memorable moment in the history of goal scoring, and I think it was a beautiful experience.
Okay. Today we sit here with a lot of situations. We won't speak about the situations, but what would your wishes be in terms of football? Where do you want to see football as a nation or as a team like the Brave Warriors and all?
First of all, I would like the current stalemate and situation at Namibian Football Association, that we would elect a new EXCO that would lead us in terms of the way forward with the support of CAF and FIFA and COSAFA. And for the Brave Warriors, we have amazing talent of players. As you can see, Peter Shalulile, Dion Hoto, them, how they are doing, and even Sanata Coleman in Turkey. So we have a pool of amazing talent, but the current situation is not helping us much. And I would like us to overcome that so that our players can really represent our country and also export their talent to the best leagues in the world.
Okay, Lolito, one of the things that I wanted to know, have you passed on your skills? Perhaps do you have anyone that you say that these are my genes and they are actually talented as I am?
Yeah, of course, not my genes, but of course from my father's genes, because he was also a captain of the national team. I have my brother Awilo Stefanos and also my son Jivon Lolito Boyce, who's currently playing for Black Africa. But I would say that the inspiration that I've left as a legacy all over Namibia, it has inspired a lot of young players. I would like to dedicate that as my legacy, not only in my bloodline, but many players that I've inspired. Some of them have the name of Lolo.
Yes, there's indeed a lot that are called Lolito.
So that is something that I'm proud of.
Okay, thank you so much, Lolito.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with soccer news first. The World Cup soccer qualifying that's continuing all over the globe, and it's England that won their second game in about 4 days. They beat Latvia at home by 3-0. Comfortable win for them. Good start for Thomas Tuchel. He's the new coach. He's from Germany. He coached quite a bit in the English Premier League as well, and it is now England that will play next against Andorra. That will be the 7th of June and also on the 6th of September. 2 games against Andorra. Andorra also not doing too well. They lost against Albania, and that was at Albania by 3-0. In Group G, it is Poland that beat Malta by 2-0, and Lithuania and Finland played to a 2-2 draw. Then in Group H, it was Bosnia beating Cyprus by 2-1, and then a comfortable win for Romania, winning 5-1. That was at San Marino, so good win for Romania. Staying with football, staying with soccer, English Premier League news, and not good news for Liverpool. One of their star players, Trent Alexander-Arnold, seems to be heading off to Real Madrid, and there's been negotiations, and it looks like he's going to sign a 5-year contract. That is Trent Alexander-Arnold, just 26-year-old. He's playing for England as well, and he might be joining Real Madrid. That must just be confirmed still. And also Manchester United in the news. They don't have a good season as well, and it's been well documented that they let off staff, and they have financial cash flow problems, and Manchester United plan to release as many as 10 of their current 10 professional players, including players like Marcus Rashford. He's playing for England. He's on loan now to another club, to Aston Villa, and he's probably one of the 10. And then also Casemiro, he's a Brazilian midfielder, and he's already 33 years old. So those two might be part of the 10 that's going to be released by Manchester United. Also Formula 1 racing news, 2 races done, a good start for McLaren. They won both the races in Australia and in China. Lando Norris winning the first one, Oscar Piastri the second one. But news from the Red Bull team is that there's pressure on the new race driver there in the team now with Max Verstappen. That is Liam Lawson. Liam Lawson, not a good season so far. He's battling with qualifying, also not finishing. He finished 18th in Australia, didn't finish in China. So lots of pressure on him, to the extent that he might even be dropped dropped from the team or racing spot in the team with Max Verstappen for the Japan Grand Prix, Japanese Grand Prix. That's going to be not this coming weekend, but the next one. It is for Red Bull possible to take other drivers that they have. They've got the Racing Bull team that is Isaac Hajar and also Yuki Tsunoda, and one of them might even fit into Liam Lawson's seat, or they might swap them around. So that's all developing news. Closing off today's international sports news is tennis news. It is from the Miami Open. In the men's division, Taylor Fritz beat Denis Shapovalov in the round of 32. And then also number 1 seed Alexander Zverev, he safely through, beating Jordan Thompson of Australia, also in 2 sets. And then on the women's side of the draw, a good result for Emma Raducanu. She beat Anna Anisimova. Anna Anisimova in the previous round beat Mira Andreeva. So it was a good result for Emma Raducanu. Comfortable win there. And then number 2 seed Iga Swiatek safely through, beating Elina Svitolina 7-6 and 6-3. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.